When I think about the foods that I grew up on, like sweet potatoes and okra and tomatoes and rice, all of those foods are going to be what were brought over with us, the knowledge of cooking them and preparing them, and even sometimes the very seeds are going to be brought over with us across the water. Being American, we have all of these beautiful cultures and people that have come, and we're another culture. So as we go into our communities and visit with our neighbors, we can listen and hear about some of the things that they like and appreciate having within their pantries or refrigerators on their table.
Our neighbors live in incredibly complex lives. I think we very easily take that for granted, and we look at ourselves and we think how complicated our lives are. We have to think about this bill, that bill, but we have the mechanisms that enable us to respond to that. But a lot of our neighbors that we're working with don't have those luxuries. It's important to look at them as having capacities, as having aspirations. It's about looking at the potentials that our neighbors have, and it's about activating that potential. We have neighbors that require food today, and they'll maybe require food tomorrow. But there is also those neighbors that may just require food today as they are addressing a particular issue or a particular shock or stress that exists in their life. And our ability to be able to support them with the provision of food is helping them build that resilience as they look for another job or they look to be able to address a particular concern.
There's other challenges that you have to face. So being able to go somewhere that's warm, that is going to give you that sense of security, you don't have to worry about where you're going to get your food from, gives you such a great ease and comfort. It doesn't have a box or a type or a look. It can look just like me and has been me. But then also there are lights at the end of the tunnel where you have partners in the community like a Marshview Organic Farms, like the Gullah Farmers Cooperative, like the Lowcountry Food Bank that give you hope and make you feel secure in the moments where you are facing real challenges. The local farmers also understand culturally appropriate food that we have enjoyed and loved through generations.
Over the years, we've spent considerable amount of time building the partnership and relationships with our local farm producers. It enables us to access fresh produce that is grown and produced within our communities. So in many senses, it's farmers being able to grow the food that they're giving back to their community. It's great food, highly nutritious. It's food that in a lot of cases our communities really enjoy and love. At the same time, it enables us through these relationships with our local farm producers to help them be sustainable as well over time. Let's not forget that 67% of the food that we distribute is food that we categorize as protein, produce, and dairy. That's what's essential to form a nutritious diet that our neighbors need to be able to be active and thriving in the life that they lead.
That is so vital, to be able to feed yourself, your family, and your neighbors culturally appropriate food that is nutritious. It's going to make them feel welcomed. It's going to make them feel seen. It's going to make them feel appreciated, which makes it a community.
Food is one aspect of someone's life. Being able to achieve the food that you need to remain productive and thriving gets you only so far. In addition, you need to have access to other forms of income that enable you to afford the transport that you require, that enables you to get to the job, that gives you the income to be able to pay for your utilities, that enables you to pay for your housing. We play one role, and together we can help build that resilience, build that buffer for our neighbors to be able to sustain a livelihood in the face of shocks and stresses. And that's the way in which we're going to make a difference.
Some of the ways that you can help is by shedding any judgment that you may have towards people that suffer from insecurity, removing the assumptions that you may have, take the veil off of your eyes, and also give support. There's multiple ways that you can do that. As a volunteer at a food distribution site and center, And always to be able to build and double and triple the impact of what the Lowcountry Food Bank is doing is give financial resources to be able to match a gift, to be able to feed people.